Greetings and blissful Vibrillionaire soul blessings. Beautiful Vibrillionaire soul family. Loving, living the Vibrillionaire soul lifestyle. All day, every day. This is a quick reminder to ground for life. To drink and hydrate life. If I can get my mason jar open. Look at the little bubbles in the water. See that? See the bubbles? That's life. Shout outs to the juice garden. Remember to hydrate life. Cheers. And you know another thing. Remember to drink. You're delicious. If I can open this, give me 1 second. There we go. Only have 2 hands, right? Remember to drink your juices. Shout outs to the juice garden once again. I had to wear my shirt because I didn't want to get on my dress shirt. I had to take off my dress shirt. So, hydrate life. Also remember to breathe life. Breathe this moment. And also remember to play and be life. Because you're already alive. All life is flowing through you. Remember to play and be what you are. And the message for today, the genuine mirror message for today from Samadhi is, what beliefs are holding you back? And I'm going to go first because I desire to ask that question, and I posted a post. So let's have a conscious conversation, because so many people look on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and now we have a plethora of soul media platforms. And it's like we're afraid, the majority are afraid to speak up and share where we are, because we're afraid to be judged, we're afraid to be criticized, we're afraid to be, seen less than. And let me tell you, my wife and I, we're always constantly getting mentorship. Alice says, Mama and I are watching. We've been celebrating life, playing like little girls. Aww. And that's another thing that I was going to share. But I was going to share it later. But I wanted to say happy Divine Feminine Mother's Day and life to all mothers, and my beautiful mom and my beautiful wife. Coming back to the message because it coincides with Mother's Day, but I was going to share it towards the end. Because a mother corrects her child. A mother guides her child. And that mother, to me, I feel like mother mirror mentorship. Because words have a very aligning frequency. So, without going too much in depth, I want to share where I am. Because I desire to mirror to you all that when I say, loving the Vibrillionaire soul lifestyle, I love my life. I truly love my life. Yet I know I haven't even touched the surface of it. Now, does that mean I don't embrace and I don't appreciate where I am? Of course. But I know that in order to live to the fullest of my ability, I need to realize that I don't know what I don't know. And the beliefs that hold me back, which I just realized in a deep, deep way this morning, is that I try to fit in. So I don't ruffle feathers, so I don't shake things up. But I was born to shake things up. That's what I realized this morning. So that what I wanted to share with you today is the life that you lived. Look at the pattern and the experiences and the perspectives of the life that you lived, because that is what you were meant to live through, so that you can know and overcome and transform, so that others don't have to live the life that you were challenged with. We're not meant to be like someone else. Oh, I want to be like them, so I'm going to teach what they do. No. Your life was your lesson. And your lesson was your blessing, which I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to quote other people that I don't know where it came from. But your mess is your message. What you think is your mess is really your message. And what is my mess? I came from a gang-banging lifestyle. I came from drugs. I came from violence. I came from suicide tendencies. I came from mental, physical, and just all-around abuse. More importantly, to myself. I know how powerful we are to destroy ourselves because I am living proof that you can do it. But I'm also living proof that with that power, you can turn a switch, you can turn something on inside of you. Because I mean this with all due love and respect. God didn't do it for me. Spirit didn't do it for me. Spirit always has the switch on. This goes with my quote that I love quoting is, I believe that all are called. All are called to be great. But very few choose themselves. Choose to choose themselves. It's time that you choose yourself. It's time that you reawaken with yourself, because nobody's going to reawaken you. God, source, universe, creator, life, all existence unconditionally loves us. And just like if I don't water a plant, that plant wants to live. But if I don't water it, no matter how much that plant wants to live, it will die. So many are dying inside, wondering why they're not living, wondering why they're not loving, wonder why they're not thriving. And does that mean I'm there? Of course not. I mean, I'm there because we're always all there, but I'm still unfolding. I'm still unraveling. I'm still maturing. I'm still remembering. I'm still reawakening to where I've always been. But if I get so egotistical to say, oh, well, I'm there, or why am I not there because look at where they are, and why am I not happy? That is the belief that was stopping me. But it's not stopping me no more. Because I became aware of it this morning. So many people have told me, so many people have shown me, so many people have mentored and guided me. But until one gets it, you don't get it. Because it's not something you could talk about. It's something that you need to be honest with yourself, because I was honest with myself this morning. And I said, what is going on? And I'm being as authentic and genuine and mere as I can be, because yes, I love my life. But that doesn't mean I get comfortable in loving my life. Because in order to birth a baby, you got to go through the what are they called? How many contracts? No. What is that thing that they go through? Why is this evading the brain? How many constrictions? No. Contractions. How many contractions are you going through? And the contractions that you're going through, the more repetitive they become, it's because the baby's about to birth. So if it feels like your life has resistance, and the resistance keeps becoming overwhelming, and it keeps hitting you, it's because you're about to birth a baby. And that baby is you. And that baby reflects in your projects, in your mission, in your purpose, in your life. But you got to be willing to push through, and I don't mean push like try to change the resistance, meaning, which if you guys want to know more, please look us up, because to me, to speak it, it's like all those people that would try to tell me, Michael, you need to bring what you are meant to be brought, not what others are telling you to bring. And really what I realize is I'm a vibrational gangster. And I'm here to remind people that just like I lived through the resistance, it built me who I am today. If I didn't go through that resistance, then I would have gave up already. But I went through those challenges and those circumstances and overwhelming odds against me. I mean, even as I speak about it, my body is telling me that I really haven't processed and loved myself through all that I've held. Because I got beat. 3 or 4 times a week, and it was 3 or 4 more people. And it was like clockwork. I would go to school. I couldn't even walk to the store without people, like stopping my path and getting out and, surrounding me and, all kinds of things, weapons and all kinds of stuff. It's a miracle I'm alive. And the endless drugs that I would put in my body, the meth, the marijuana, the alcohol, the cigarettes. I've been smoking since I've been 6, since I was 6 years young. All the abuse that I put on my body. And I got so focused on reawakening, which I called awakening back then. I got so focused on awakening that I never allowed my body to process, to let go of that. So if you want to think about it, this just hit me even as I'm talking to you. My body's been holding a belief that it still is, it still deserves to go through hardships to validate its worthiness. And that's false. That is false. All that resistance has served me to this day, but because I friended resistance, resistance is now worthiness. Because it's all one thing. But if you never face resistance, then you're going to think you know what you think you know when the resistance is really driving your life. Because even though you run from resistance, resistance is the very thing that's driving you. But when you befriend resistance, what people call the enemy within, what people call the unknown, what I call the unknown, what people call the enemy, when you friend that, you realize that resistance was your greatest teacher. And when you love that, then resistance, just like when you work out, that resistance becomes your friend. It becomes something you look forward to. It no longer is resistance because now it's your teacher. And resistance just starts going away. Because until you gain the lesson, it will always be there. So, let me know. Justin says, your mess is your message. I hear Tony and Dean say that a lot. I know, but I know it comes from something much more. Tony and Dean got it from someone. I just don't remember who it was, but, I've heard Les Brown say it. I've heard all kinds of people say it. But I'm not sure that I'm quoting the source of who said it, because I always love to give credit where credit is due. Because let me tell you, if you gain anything, if you don't give credit where credit is due, you'll always rob yourself, because you're not even giving credit to the ones that credited for you to be where you are. That's like me not crediting the mess that I lived through. If I deny that I was a drug addict, if I deny that I was a gangster, if I deny that I was an ex-con, if I deny that I was a felon, if I deny that I lived through the worst of the worst that I can experience, that I wouldn't want anybody else to experience, then I'm denying the blessing that is the reason why I'm here. So, my message for you today is I want to ask you a question. What is the thoughts or beliefs that are okay, I totally spaced the message. Hold on a second. What is the belief that is stopping you? See, I'm glad I checked, and that's very important to check in. Let me take a breath. Oh, I just felt something. Even the resistance to have this message, I almost made an excuse not to have it. Because we're so afraid to talk about, because we're so afraid that our identities live outside of ourselves. Oh, because if somebody doesn't like what I say, and I'm not saying because there is a belief that, oh, if somebody doesn't like what I say, then screw them. I'm not talking about that. There's a shout outs to Patty Myers and Thomas McGolrick that came up with this, is gently gentle, or genuine gentleness, or something like that. Hashtag gently genuine, or genuine gentleness. So that's the source that came from. But my point is that when we say, oh, I don't care what they think, that's like an abusive parent that says, I want my child to do what I do. I want them to be a police officer because I was a police officer, and that's what they should do. So that's like what we're doing to others. Like, you know what? They should just deal with the way that I am because that's the way that I am. And that is not genuineness. That is toxic authenticity. What I'm talking about genuineness is do unto others what you would want do unto you, to be done unto you, but to be genuine, that you stop caring what people think and what people are going to say and what people are going to do, because that is what the mere Master Jesus said, Don't hide your light under a bush. Shine your light. Let it shine. Let it be bright. Because when you stop and you think, what others are going to say, what others are going to do, and you stop, then your energy just suppresses. Your energy just becomes constricted instead of fluid. So this is why I'm just hearing this message. This is why I was meant to share this message. Because I'm your mirror, that I stopped myself from sharing this message because I didn't want people to think that there was, that there was something wrong with me. Because I was like, well, if I'm a coach, they're not going to come to me because, they're going to think there's something's wrong with me. You know what? I'm just going to show up. And those that are ready are going to show up with me. Because we're doing this together. And I vow my life to be as genuine as possible, as much as I can consciously think. And let me just say, to be in the partnership that I am with my wife, shout outs to my wife. Michael Garza, Rebecca Grace R said, thank you for joining us. To be in a relationship, an authentic relationship, you can't sugarcoat things, you can't fake things, you can't lie and have a happy relationship. It just doesn't work. So in order to have a happy relationship with yourself, stop lying to yourself. And I'm going to say it because I need to say it, but there's this toxic positivity that if you just focus on positivity, but you deny what is your lesson, you're gonna get there. And I mean this with all the love in my heart, because this is where I come from, and I've tried, the positivity and all this, but I denied, and I put a smile, and I was always happy, and everybody would tell me, oh my gosh, and Ali knows this, oh my gosh, everywhere I go, it's like Michael's energy is so loving, and they would love to hug me, but inside I was dying. Because I would say, if you only knew how I felt right now, if you only knew what I was going through, if you could only hear the thoughts that are going in my head, I feel like the worst hypocrite ever. But I was smiling. Because I love people. I honestly love people, but I didn't love myself. And I was cheating them from really getting to know me. So, the message for today is to ask yourself that question. And if you want to have a conscious conversation, the post that I did previously to this, I posted it. Let's help each other grow. Let's help each other thrive in life. And let's stop sugarcoating and not talking about what needs to be talked about because we're afraid what others are going to think. I'm going to go start, as soon as I finish this, and I finish the Spanish, of course, I'm going to go start that conversation because I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to set the pace, as that's what a leader does, is set the pace by being the example, not of a false hope, not of a false illusion, not of a false, illusory carrot on the stick, and saying, look, this is what you want to see, instead of this is what it looks like. So, let's start a conscious conversation. And remember, as we go today, and be honest with yourself. Forget about being honest with me. If you don't comment anything on that post, if you don't desire to, give of yourself so that others will be given by your giving, because you never know what you say that could have been the courage that somebody else needed as your example to open somebody else up. And the more you give, the more you give from your heart, without any expectations, without any conditions, you will receive. So, number one, whether you post or you don't post, and I honestly would invite you to forward that post and start a conversation and tag me, and I'll join that post with you, because my love knows that I'm here about conscious conversations and controversial corners. Hashtag conscious conversations, hashtag controversial corner, hashtag Vibrillionaire. This is being a Vibrillionaire. It's not acting like something, it's being about being something, being someone, being present, being now. So, whether you post or you don't post, I want to invite you to be honest with yourself today. Be fully honest with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is the belief that is stopping me from living my life? And if you stop this video right now, go right now. And if you do it later, just do it though, like the Nike says, right? Just do it. Because I guarantee you, you're going to live in the illusion that this book, this course, this seminar, this workshop, this retreat, this person, this destination, instant gratification, waiting to get somewhere. This someoneism, this somedayism is going to keep you in the illusion of refusing to see the greatest blessing that is you. Look at yourself in the mirror, because that mirror will not lie to you. Your thoughts will lie to you, but that mirror will not lie to you. It's going to show you exactly how you're showing up. If I don't go comb my hair, it's going to show me I haven't combed my hair. If I wore a blue shirt and I want an orange shirt, it's not going to show me an orange shirt. It's going to show me a blue shirt. That mirror is authenticity reflected in this physical life. The height, the size, the diameter, the dimension, the color, the tonature, the everything. But there's a secret, and that mirror is reversed. Because everything that you think you know is actually backwards. Everything that you think about yourself is actually backwards. Everything that you perceive and you live in life is actually backwards. The way you think it works, it actually works backwards. Because we've been taught in a society where this world is my truth. Outside is my truth. And we suffer inside. Not realizing that the suffering is not coming out from the outside. The suffering is birthed from the inside, from a refusal to accept that we already are that we seek. That we already are living the best life ever. Because we're alive. Just to manifest, and I just had a class on manifestation. So I'm going to share. Coach Boss, love you, brother. Love you, beautiful mirror. Because to me, there's no brothers and sisters. So I'm reprogramming that. To me, there's just souls. There's mirrors. I don't believe in duality. I believe in oneness. So, Coach Boss says, and it's a beautiful reminder. He says, we are all manifesting. We're all manifesting experts. We're all manifesting geniuses. Just the fact that you're alive, you are a genius manifester. The question is, what are you manifesting? And that is what was stopping me from not coming out and sharing what I'm here to bring in this world. Because I was trying to fit in with other coaches. I was trying to fit in with other systems. I was trying to fit in with other rules and regulations and guidelines. Because I was really meant to shake things up and create something that hasn't been created yet, that I know of. And I'm going to say I wasn't copying other people, but what I'm saying is I was like, well, maybe I need to do it like this, instead of listening to my heart. So get ready, world, because if you thought you've seen something, you haven't seen nothing yet. And I mean that, yeah, it's a little egotistical and I dance with the ego. But I'm going to tell you that I just mirrored how to honor yourself. Just come out, be genuine. Because I was subconsciously hiding from this. I wasn't even aware of what I was hiding from. Because I didn't want to talk about the gang life. I didn't want to talk about the violence. I didn't want to talk about the drugs. Because I didn't want to make it about me. But if I don't share my story, then other people are not going to hear what's possible. Because I'm just giving out very valuable in what do you call it? Applicable information and wisdom and intelligence. But if I don't share my story, I'm really robbing people, and I'm robbing myself from honoring what I lived through. So, I love you all. I'll see you on the next live. And let's start this conscious conversation. I'm actually going to tag people and invite people to join me on that conversation. And shout out to Michael Garza, because he's coaching me in my business. I love you, man. Love you, soul. See the program. And thank you for your patience while I work on myself, while I mature myself, because I don't need to work on anything. I love maturing everything. Blessings. Rebecca Grace Arce and JB Atkins. Oh, you both are beautiful mentors and mirrors, and they are transformational. Seek mentorship, especially to honor this mother's divine feminine energy. The divine feminine mentors us all day, every day. So happy Mother's Divine Feminine Day and life to you all. And now I get to go enjoy my wife and my mother as much as possible. But really because I enjoyed in here. Because I couldn't see them if I didn't see myself. So remember, in order to be truly, and this is a quote from Samadhi, in order to truly be selfless, one must be truly selfish. Got to take care of yourself first. Got to put the oxygen mask on first before you think you're going to help any others. You got to charge your phone first. See? I'm charging my phone as I use it. You got to charge your phone first. Because if I do this live and I'm wanting to serve you, but I don't charge my phone's going to die. So I got to charge it to be able, because it was really low because I was working on it. I was working. So anyways, the message for you today is, what is the belief that is stopping you from loving, living life? Surrender that to that you eternally are, so you can live the fullness of being in the I-am-Ness within the Now-ness of now. Blessings. That's a Samadhi quote too. Hallie, I got it. Namaste. And look who's here. Look who's here. Just as I said, I'm going to go enjoy them now. They show up. So I just got to do a quick Spanish, and I'll be with you. I'll be seeing you on the next live. Please share this video and share this example of authenticity, of genuineness, so that others can awaken their genuineness. We'll stop trying to be cookie cutter and copies of copies and copies and fit in illusory boxes, in structures, and live our best life yet. Thank you. Blessings. Namaste.